up, YouTube? So as I've mentioned before in my previous videos, my daily job is something called background acting, or being an extra on a TV show. And I get asked the question a lot, how do you register with the company you're with? How do you do this background acting thing? So today I wanted to talk about how to register with Central Casting, which is the company that I'm signed up with in Los Angeles, to become a background actor. They also have locations in Atlanta and New York, I believe. And there's other companies that'll do this too. There's other background companies that you can sign up with to become an extra. But this is the one I'm signed up with, so we're going to be talking about that. So we're going to get into a few main points today. First of all, how to register with Central Casting, how to call and get work, and then just general questions like getting to set, how to join the union, and then getting a calling service so that you don't have to call in to get work all the time. It's pretty tedious. I'll explain that later, but let's get into it. So Central Casting is a casting company located in Burbank. You can look it up. I'm pretty sure it's centralcasting.com. I'll link it below so you guys can get to it easier. I've been doing this for years, and every couple of years they'll change the schedule. So centralcasting.com will have the specific schedule on when they start registration, but right now I believe it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9-10 a.m. So my experience, I started this about 3 years ago, and I'm pretty sure it's still like this now, but it gets very busy, very packed every single day because lots of people are wanting to join this very cool job. So I recommend you get there. It sounds crazy, but get there at like 5 a.m. I know it sucks, you're gonna have to wait in line for a while, but get there at 5 a.m. They only take the first 50 people or so. I know it used to be 50 people, now the website's saying they take the first 67. It might change later, but just expect they only take the first 50 because that's how many seats they have. So if you don't want to come back the next day, I suggest you get there as early as possible and just wait in line, tough it out. It's gonna be fine. When you get there, you're gonna wanna bring a pen. They usually provide them, but just in case, bring a pen. Bring a clipboard because the first 10 chairs are the only ones that have a table that you can write on. Otherwise, the rows behind it do not have tables, so you're gonna be writing on your leg or something. So bring a clipboard or a notebook or something you can just write on top of. You're also gonna have to bring 2 forms of ID for an I-9, so I'll link that in the description as well. I-9s usually have specific documents that you have to bring. Usually the pairing is a driver's license and a social security card or a passport, but the I-9 document that I'm going to link also has other options that you can do, like a school ID and a social security card, but make sure they're the original documents. I'm pretty sure you can also bring a birth certificate, or if you're not a resident of the United States, you can bring some type of like green card. Just You'll read it, it's fine. Just make sure you have the original documents, otherwise they will not let you in. So then you get to orientation. They let you in at 9-10 a.m. Orientation is about 2 hours. You just go over the documents that you have to fill out. It usually includes measurements, height, weight, all that, what type of costumes you have, just in case they have like a Halloween episode you want to do. Just list as many outfits that you have as possible, like I don't know, if you have a Superman costume, if you have a witch costume, just write it all down. After you're done with all the paperwork, then they take a photo and they're gonna go by order of whoever gets there first. I'll put some photos up here of examples, like good examples of what to wear, but usually the shirt you want to be wearing, they take a normal picture like from the chest up, and then they started taking a full body photo recently from the waist up, just so that they know what your body actually looks like. For this photo, you want to wear something kind of plain, not too busy, no like stripes or big patterns, and something that shows like your type of character that you'd be playing. So for me, I usually play like they call it an 18 to look younger, so I usually play like a high school student or a college student. So last time I went to go take my photo to update it, I wore a plain like dark green shirt. I've also worn like purple or pink, but just a plain t-shirt. Just some color that makes you look good but isn't too busy on camera. You can also wear like a jean jacket as long as it doesn't cover you or make you look like too baggy. Also, you don't want to wear too much makeup, like don't wear what I'm wearing, all the eyeliner and stuff. If any of you wear makeup, just plain foundation if you want, maybe eyebrows or mascara, but nothing too crazy, no lipstick, no eyeliner, just because they want to see your natural face, and if you don't wear makeup, even better. Once you take your picture and you walk out that door, you can immediately start working. So now we'll get into how to call and get work, which they will go over in orientation, but I'm just going to go over it here just so it makes a little more sense. I can go more in depth about it, maybe answer any questions you guys might have, which you can also ask me in the comments and I will answer as many as I can. So Central Casting, to get work, they run on posts from Facebook, and these Facebook posts will list exactly what the job entails and what type of person they're looking for, where it's going to be located, and what phone number to call to get the work. I'll put a picture here just as an example, but it'll tell you like working in Los Angeles, looking for 20 to 30-year-old women, and if that sounds like you, looks like you, whatever, then you're gonna call the number below. Sometimes they have an email, which is easier, and you can just email them your name and your phone number, and sometimes they'll ask for a photo, but that's super easy. But for the phone number, you call, and immediately when that post goes up, the line's gonna get extremely busy, and sometimes I've called over 100 times. So just try to be the first person to call. Like, as soon as you see that notification, run. Run as fast as you can and call that number. Once you get through to the phone number, they're gonna ask you for your first 5 of your social security number and your full name. So just tell them 12345 Alana Amack. And then they'll tell you if they can use you or not for that show. And if they are able to use you, they're gonna give you a phone number or a PIN code to get all your information. All this information includes what wardrobe you have to wear, what location you're gonna be filming at, and the call time that you have to get to set. And for the call box information, so sometimes instead of giving you a phone number to call to get all your information, they'll give you a 4-digit PIN code, which you'll enter into the number that I'm also going to link below, just so it's easy for you guys to find. Save that number, because every time you get the 4-digit PIN code, you're going to enter it into that phone number, and then it'll open the new phone line that'll tell you your location and wardrobe. Now, with these Facebook notifications, it's really hard to get the notifications sent to your phone, so in my experience, I've found that Twitter is actually the best way to get these notifications. So if you go to Central Casting's Twitter, you can send the notifications to your phone, and immediately when the Facebook post is up, they'll also post it to Twitter, linked through Facebook, so you'll get that notification first before anyone else. So try, if you can, if you have a Twitter, maybe you should make one if you don't. Go to Twitter, get those Twitter notifications for Central Casting, and you're gonna get those notifications first before anyone else. So now we're gonna get into getting to set. So with that call box number, you're gonna call the line and they'll tell you a certain amount of outfits that they want you to bring. They're gonna tell you what colors they want you to wear, what type of show it's gonna be. So let's say you're working a high school show or something. They'll probably ask you to bring lighter colors, something that's not too busy on camera, and a couple layer options. And then usually they ask you to bring 3 options. Even if they tell you to bring 1 option for wardrobe, try to bring around 3 if you can, just because it makes the people dealing with wardrobes lives easier, and it makes your life easier just because you'll get through it faster. You can use your own clothes. They're also going to tell you what location you're going to be going to. So in the post it might have said Los Angeles, so now they're going to give you the specific address and how to get there, where to park, and who to find when you get to set, which usually they'll give you the name of a production assistant or a PA. Those are going to be the people you meet with when you get to set. The phone line's also going to tell you a call time change box number, which will either be another code or another phone number. This phone number is just in case they tell you to get to set at 7 a.m. and maybe the night before production ends up pushing it an hour or makes it an hour earlier. So it's suggested that you call the call time change box number usually the night before and the morning of, just before you head to set. So once you get to set, you're going to find the production assistant or PA that will take you through the rest of the day. They're going to tell you what to do during all the scenes. They're going to tell you where to go. Then at the beginning of the day, you guys go through wardrobe, which again, they pick your outfits for you. Try to bring as many options as you can. And then you go through hair and makeup, where they just check your face, check whatever hair they asked for. If it's a 70s set and they ask for like curled hair or short hair, they're going to just make sure everything's proper. And sometimes if they don't like it, they'll end up just taking you to a trailer and doing your hair and makeup, which is always fun, but that takes a few minutes. And then you're gonna get to set. You'll go to holding, and then the rest of your day is super easy. The PA will just tell you exactly where to go and what to do for all the scenes. Also, in the beginning of the day, when you meet your production assistant, he's going to give you a voucher, which is kind of an independent contract. Every single day you get to set, you're going to get one of these papers. It has 3 carbon copy papers, and you just fill it out. They'll tell you how to fill it out on set. You're basically going to fill out the paper. It says your address, your name, your social security number. You don't have to put the whole thing. Find someone on set, or the production assistant will tell you how to fill it out if you tell them it's your first day. Or just find another fellow background actor and they'll tell you how to fill it out as well. Just let them know. At the end of the day, you're going to fill out your out time, like what time they let you leave. What time you guys had lunch. If you guys had breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you guys write that down, and it's super simple. Which is another cool thing. Side note, they feed you every 6 hours. Legally, they have to feed you breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which is so cool. It's usually a catered meal, like 99% of the time. So breakfast, like sometimes you got an omelet bar, sometimes you got a food truck. They'll usually hire a truck for lunch, and it's really cool. They'll have a whole catered meal set out. With tons of food options. If you're vegan, if you're vegetarian, they always have options for you, which is really cool. And dinner, if you even get to that point, which is usually like at the 12-hour mark of working, it's usually a smaller thing like pizza or something that's just cheaper because they know you're gonna leave soon. So that's it for all the questions that I've ever gotten throughout my lifetime about how to get to set, how to register with Central. But now I'm gonna get into more of the specifics. There are a couple things that I've learned in my years of background that make this job a little more fun, a little more easy. So we're going to be talking about how to become a Screen Actors Guild member and how to get a calling service so you don't have to call all the time and call that busy line. So first off, I want to talk about how to become union. So the Screen Actors Guild is a union for actors, singers, voiceover artists in the US. And what this union does is it protects your rights. If you're ever on a set and something goes wrong, you can call a representative. Also, for a lot of background actors, it's double the pay. So that's what I did. I've never wanted to become an actor. I am a singer, so it is nice to be part of the Screen Actors Guild because you do have your rights as a singer with the union. But I personally joined the union as a background actress because I wanted double the pay. There's also little perks, like during the Screen Actors Guild Awards season, you get free DVDs, you get screeners, you get classes with the Screen Actors Guild, like acting classes and singing classes. Just more resources for you to grow as an actor or a singer. There's a couple ways as a background actor to get invited to join the Screen Actors Guild. So the first way that I know of is those vouchers in the morning that you get, those independent contracts. If you are a non-union member, if you're not registered with the Screen Actors Guild, the voucher is going to be blue. And sometimes, every once in a while, something will happen. You'll either work a Disney show, which you have to be union to be able to work, or they don't have enough union members, so they'll end up giving you a yellow voucher, which is the union voucher. If you get 3 of those, you save the pay stubs that go with it that you're gonna get in the mail a couple weeks later when you get your check, and you bring it to the Screen Actors Guild office in Los Angeles or wherever you guys have it in Atlanta or New York, and you give it to the front desk and you join. It costs a bit. Currently, I believe it's $3,200. I know it's gonna go up in the future. And they have different payment plans, they have loans, but once you pay that money and you have those 3 union vouchers, you're able to join. Another way to join is to get Taft-Hartley'd. If you ever do, usually this is for actors, sometimes on set, instead of paying you, or they might even pay you on top of this, they'll give you a Taft-Hartley, which is just a one-way ticket into the Screen Actors Guild. Instead of getting 3 union vouchers, you just get 1 Taft-Hartley and you're eligible to join. I don't know much about that. I'll try to link some resources below to read up on Taft-Hartley. If you are an actor or an actress and you want to learn more about that, I'll link it in the description. But as I said before, the perks are incredible. Just anything that goes wrong on set, you can call a Screen Actors Guild representative and they'll fix as much as they can for you. So the last thing that I wanted to get into is the calling services. And what these are they're little companies that you can hire. So instead of calling on the phone all the time and having to waste your day to get a job for the next day, you can just hire one of these companies and they'll book for you. I'll link a couple companies below. There's a couple companies. I've been with this one called Face to Face LA. I've also heard good things about the company Extras Management, Jessica's A-List, the company Bar or Joey's List. But all these companies you can find online, and all you have to do is go on their website or email them depending on the company, and you ask to sign up with them. I'm going to speak on behalf of Face to Face because I just have experience with them. Face to Face is $70. Usually the companies are around $50 to $100. a month. You pay them, and then every single day that they can find you work, they will. It's really cool. You can just tell them like what days you do and do not want to work. If you're busy one day, a lot of them have calendars. You can just mark yourself busy. So they don't book you work for that day. But what they do is they'll call the casting companies for you and book you work, and then if they end up getting you work for the next day, all they have to do is email or text you, hey, you're booked on this show tomorrow. Here's the phone number to call to get all your information. And it's super simple. I love it because sometimes you're on a set and in the middle of a scene, you'll see a post that describes you for work the next day, and instead of stressing out because you can't use your phone on set, usually it's like a peace of mind thing, like you know your calling service is going to try to get you that job. And that's all I have. That's my experience as a background actor, as an extra. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If anyone watching this has questions about anything that I've talked about in this video, you can comment below. Please give this a thumbs up if you liked the video, if you liked all the information that I gave you, and please subscribe. Also, if you want to email me with any questions, that might be faster for me to answer, so I'll link my email below as well, and you can ask me any questions there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.